Hello everyone, my name is Minister Wallace. Again, welcome to my channel. Hey, just wanted to do a little impromptu video. Lockdown, stay at home order, that is for North Carolina. What does that mean? What am I gonna do now? How does this new change further affect my life? Well, I believe you can go online and check out all the aspects of the stay-at-home order, but just wanted to give you a few little tidbits that we talked about. For those of you who watched last Sunday, we talked about some survival tips for home. But I want to give you just some pointers based on experience. Many of you may have like experience, but things to do when there's been a significant life change. One of the things you need to do is have a routine, have something that you do planned out that you do every day. For many of you, it may mean not much of a change from what you do now with some type of adjustment. Bottom line is you got to have some type of routine that you do just about every day. You wake up, you go for a run, you go for a jog, you go for a walk, you walk the dog, you read a book, you read your Bible, enroll possibly in some online courses. There are several free courses online, all the way from woodworking, Bible study, learn how to knit, sew, cooking, whatever it is. Find something to occupy your mind. Newsflash, stay away from the major news networks' 24-hour death toll feed. The little boxes down in the lower right-hand corner or left, on just about every one of them, they're doing a second-by-second death toll. Not what you need in your life whenever you are locked into the house. I'm not saying stay away from the news completely. If it were me personally, I would say 98% of it, but do what you feel like you need to do to stay informed. But you need to have some type of routine. Do consider what you eat too. Know that your amount of calories that you're going to expend throughout the day normally are going to significantly drop. So you need to consider what you're eating. Don't want to get into all the different types of advice, but I would definitely consider what you are eating, especially if you are your lifestyle or your situation dictates that you've made a choice to, or it's something you have to, but you're basically stuck on the couch. So you have a sedentary lifestyle. You may need to reconsider the things that you eat. I know it may be locked in based on what you can buy, what you can afford, this or that, but definitely consider what you eat, because the amount of calories that you are expending probably have taken a significant change. Get outside. There is no law against you getting outside. If you can get outside, you definitely need to get outside. I know there's pollen, there's hay fever, but it's amazing how that's become a little less significant than anything else. Get outside, get some fresh air. Your body needs to absorb some sunshine. Don't be afraid to get outside of the house. Did I mention stay away from the 24-hour constant news feed of death and destruction, which is going to make a transition here in about a month or two to political conspiracy theories, and they planted the virus, so this and that and blah, blah, blah. Stay away from that mess. I cannot stress enough. You can get all the news you need from reading, but to each his own. But I just wanted to put that news flash in there because I forgot if I may have said it earlier. Stay away from the 24-hour news feed. Exercise, read, start again. There is just a literal uncountable amount of YouTube video how-tos. Get into those. Find something to do. Bottom line is, when you are stuck in the house, you're not going to work, you need to establish a routine. You have to. Any person that's been deployed, any person that spent time downrange, any spouse of someone that was deployed, or many other jobs, truck drivers, whoever, folks who know that they've had to make a significant lifetime adjustment, listen to their wisdom at this point. You need to establish a pattern. And again, I don't think I mentioned it at the beginning, the middle, and almost towards the end. That pattern should not include a 99% intake of the daily news feed. It is completely useless. It is useless. course, that's my personal opinion, and I could be wrong. You could try it out for a few weeks and see what it does for you. But on a serious note, find some type of a pattern. Establish some type of pattern of life. Establish something that you can do. If you got kids in the house, I know it's tough, but establish some type of pattern. You have to have something, some type of schedule that you do and you seek to maintain throughout the weeks. All right, and also, just like a diet, don't feel free to change it. The pattern that you establish, don't lock it in so tightly or make it so tough to do that it's not going to work. So don't say, hey, I'm going to read 3 books a day. Probably not going to happen if you haven't been reading before. Hey, I may read a couple of pages a day. Don't make unrealistic goals. Make realistic and attainable goals. So I just wanted to give you all some lockdown helpers. It's coming. I think 5 o'clock this afternoon. It would probably behoove you to go read it yourself. Again, stay away from the 24-hour news feed. Go read for yourself. Read it for yourself. It's not as extensive as you think. It does not mean you can't go get your car washed. It does not mean you can't drive around. It does not mean you cannot go out your front door. Read it for yourself. Establish a pattern. Trust in God. Keep your faith. And stay tuned for more updates. You guys take care. Love you all. God bless.